Coriolanus Snow was a standout student at the academy, but faced tough times due to his family's financial struggles. He hoped that excelling in a new mentor program linked to the Hunger Games could win him a prize for university, steering him away from a low-level job. He worried about his outfit for the reaping but was saved by his cousin Tigris, who had a knack for fashion. However, his concerns grew when he found out he'd be mentoring a tribute from District 12, known for its poor performances. Things took a turn when his assigned tribute, Lucy Gray Baird, stunned everyone at the reaping by playfully causing a stir and charming the crowd with her singing. This unexpected performance made Coriolanus the envy of his peers. He recalled an old saying about coming out on top: "Snow lands on top." In a private chat, Dean Highbottom hinted that he knew about Coriolanus's family struggles and held a grudge against him. Coriolanus tried to impress Lucy Gray but ended up in an awkward situation with other tributes in a train cargo car, and then a cage at the Capitol Zoo. Despite this misstep, he connected with Lucy Gray, learning she was part of a nomadic group called the Covey and got stuck in District 12 after a war. Coriolanus met Dr. Volumnia Gall, who noted his talent for games and suggested he could be a future game maker. However, Dean Highbottom reprimanded him for his antics, warning him about potential expulsion with 3 demerits. Coriolanus continued visiting Lucy Gray at the zoo, where he encountered Sejanus Plinth, who shared his concerns about the cruelty of the Hunger Games. Sejanus, originally from District 2, had moved to the capital due to his wealthy father. He offered to trade tributes with Coriolanus, thinking he was helping, but Coriolanus declined. During a discussion with history professor Crispus Demiglos, Coriolanus suggested placing odds on the tributes, which led to the idea of involving people by sending food into the arena. Dr. Gall found this intriguing and proposed the food idea to increase public engagement. When other mentors followed Coriolanus's lead and brought food to their tributes, chaos erupted as a tribute killed a mentor and was swiftly dealt with by peacekeepers. Coriolanus felt guilty and was involved in the funeral arrangements. Later, Coriolanus discovered Lucy Gray in dire straits at the zoo, prompting concern for her welfare. He confided in his favorite instructor, Satyria Click, about the troubling situation. At Arachne Crane's funeral, Coriolanus sang the Panem Anthem. Later, during the tour of the Capitol Arena, bombs exploded, causing widespread devastation and casualties. Coriolanus, injured in the blast, was hospitalized along with other mentors. The chaos left some tributes dead and others missing, including Sejanus's tribute, Marcus. Coriolanus was relieved to find Lucy Gray safe after the bombing and contemplated how to repay her for saving his life. She urged him to believe she could win the games, and they strategized together. Meanwhile, Dr. Gall assigned the mentors an unsettling task: writing an essay on what they found appealing about war. As the games approached, Coriolanus helped Lucy Gray prepare for her televised interview, where she captivated viewers with her song. Despite her success, Coriolanus felt dissatisfied with his war essay. During class presentations, Sejanus voiced dissent, highlighting the district's worsening conditions. This troubled Coriolanus, who believed in Lucy Gray's potential to win. He shared a tender moment with Lucy Gray, giving her a keepsake and receiving a kiss. On the day of the games, news broke that a tribute had died before the competition began. Coriolanus aimed to promote Lucy Gray as a capital girl caught in District 12, hoping to gain public support. As the games started, chaos ensued when a previously escaped tribute reappeared chained and beaten. Sejanus reacted with outrage, smashing furniture and fleeing. The first kill occurred, setting a somber tone. Dr. Gall explained the altered arena landscape due to bombings, hinting at future challenges. The mentors received communiques to send gifts to their tributes based on sponsorships. More deaths followed, including from illness and combat. Coriolanus confronted the reality of the Hunger Games and faced personal crises, including Sejanus's disappearance and his family's financial troubles. Events escalated as alliances formed among tributes. The brutality of the games unfolded, overshadowed by sponsorships and televised entertainment. Coriolanus grappled with ethical dilemmas and Dr. Gall's manipulations, driven by fear of losing Lucy Gray. His actions became increasingly risky, leading to unforeseen consequences and moral quandaries. In the final part of the Hunger Games, things got intense. Wovi from District 8 came out of hiding, but sadly died despite getting gifts. Coriolanus suspected Lucy Gray of causing deaths like Gaius Breen's and the chaos with the snakes released by Dr. Gall. The arena became deadly with snake attacks and tense moments among the remaining tributes. Lucy Gray used her singing to control the snakes and outsmarted her opponents. After surviving, Lucy Gray and Coriolanus won the games, but Coriolanus faced consequences for his actions. Dean Highbottom confronted him with evidence, leading Coriolanus to join the Peacekeepers. Coriolanus asked to be sent to District 12, surprising others. Dr. Gall spun a story to save his reputation, turning him into a symbol. Leaving his old life behind, Coriolanus became a peacekeeper. Coriolanus arrived in District 12 and met his fellow peacekeeper recruits like Junius, Smiley, and Bug. He bonded with Smiley over a meal and learned about life as a peacekeeper. Despite feeling despair about his circumstances and missing Lucy Gray, Coriolanus was relieved to encounter Sejanus Plinth, who brought good news. Sejanus revealed that he had graduated with honors and secured Coriolanus a diploma too. This diploma allowed Coriolanus to take the officer test for the Peacekeepers. Excitement brewed in District 12 when a band was announced to play at the Hob, featuring Lucy Gray. Coriolanus seized this chance to see her, planning to use food from a package for entry. Before the concert, Coriolanus and Sejanus were tasked with attending a public hanging. During the execution, Coriolanus noticed peculiar bird sounds resembling the name Arlo, later recognized as mockingjays. Disliking the birds, Coriolanus proposed hunting them to a sergeant. At the Hob, Lucy Gray's performance dazzled Coriolanus. He felt a connection during her songs, especially the Valley Song, which he believed was meant for him. However, a disruption arose when Lucy Gray's ex-lover, Billy Taupe, caused a scene. Coriolanus and Sejanus were unexpectedly involved in escorting Mayor Lip's daughter, Mayfair, home amidst the chaos. Coriolanus wondered about Billy Taupe's intentions and debated whether to inform the Covey about Taupe's presence at the mayor's house. The morning after a troubling evening, Coriolanus learns that soldiers can't leave the base alone. He's upset about missing Lucy Gray, but Sejanus offers to go with him to her home, the Seam. They take ice from the base to give Lucy Gray. Guided by Maud Ivory, Coriolanus finds Lucy Gray in a meadow singing The Hanging Tree. She's grateful for the ice and shares more about her time in the arena. Coriolanus reveals the truth about the snakes to her, feeling a deep connection. Inside, Coriolanus meets the Cove, but Billy Taupe's return causes tension. Coriolanus reassures everyone, noting Sejanus's involvement. Lucy Gray dismisses Billy, defending herself against his accusations. Coriolanus urges Lucy Gray to start anew with him, planning to meet again. On their way back, Sejanus reveals troubling details about rebels and an arrested girl named Lil. Coriolanus worries about Sejanus's actions, fearing treason. Back at the base, Coriolanus writes to Dr. Gall about District 12's chaos. Sejanus helps him study for the officer test. Coriolanus suggests a noble career to Sejanus, but Sejanus remains reluctant. The plan to trap birds for study unfolds. Coriolanus feels uneasy about Sejanus's behavior, leading him to discover a secret stash of money. He confronts Sejanus about his financial situation. Despite setbacks in the Bird Project, Coriolanus learns from Lucy Gray about freedom and rebellion. He struggles with Sejanus's risky plans involving rebels, and decides to report him to Dr. Gall. Coriolanus feels bad after telling on Sejanus. He worries about what Lucy Gray would think if she knew what he did. He wants to talk to Sejanus about the plan, but then he gets a sad letter from Tigris about money troubles at home. That night, Coriolanus sees Sejanus, Billy Taupe, and Lucy Gray in a tense situation. Mayfair Lip shows up, and things get out of control. Coriolanus shoots towards Mayfair to protect her, but it leads to a fight where Billy Taupe and Spruce end up getting hurt badly. Coriolanus helps cover up what happened, but soon after, Spruce's condition raises suspicions, and Sejanus gets arrested for treason. He's executed quickly, and Coriolanus is left feeling guilty and dealing with the consequences of his actions. Coriolanus feels like he's running out of time and expects to be arrested soon due to the rifle with his DNA. When Commander Hoff's aide fetches him, Coriolanus prepares for the worst. However, Commander Hoff surprises him by thanking him for his sacrifice, considering his connection with Sejanus Plinth. The commander inquires about guns and whether Sejanus acquired them from the black market. To Coriolanus's relief, Commander Hoff expresses gratitude for his service and informs him that it's his birthday, encouraging him to enjoy the celebration. Coriolanus marks the occasion by shooting Mockingjay, and later he listens to Lucy Gray perform a new song about him. Lucy Gray reveals that the mayor suspects her of killing Mayfair and Billy Taupe, and she plans to flee up north. Coriolanus decides to go with her, feeling it's only a matter of time before the guns are traced back to him. They agree to meet at dawn the next day. The morning of their departure, Coriolanus is summoned to the commander's office, fearing the worst. However, he learns that he's been accepted into officers' school, starting the next day. Despite this opportunity, Coriolanus is bitter about the irony of having a second chance while a murder weapon with his name remains at large. He then sets out to find Lucy Gray. As they prepare to leave, Lucy Gray expresses concerns about overstaying her welcome and reveals that she's been warned not to sing The Hanging Tree anymore. They embark on their journey, with Lucy Gray reflecting on her love for music and birds, while Coriolanus admits his disdain for most people. When he inadvertently mentions having killed 3 people that summer, referencing Sejanus indirectly, Lucy Gray confronts him. Coriolanus explains that he's left his old self behind to join her on this escape. Coriolanus finds himself in a moment of reckoning after discovering the bag of weapons containing the gun with his DNA. With Lucy Gray away, he decides to destroy the gun to erase any connection to the crimes, fearing life on the run in the wilderness. When he tries to talk to Lucy Gray about their plans, he realizes she's avoiding him, likely suspecting his intentions and his betrayal of Sejanus. As he searches for her in the forest, he's bitten by a snake hidden under her scarf, leading him to believe she tried to kill him. Desperate and injured, he calls out to her, but she responds with a haunting verse from The Hanging Tree, leaving him uncertain if he's harmed her in his panic. Amid a storm, Coriolanus rushes back to the Peacekeeper base in District 12, fabricating a story about the snakebite. Despite his fears of venom, the doctor reassures him it's harmless, though he's left with a scar. Shortly after, he's unexpectedly diverted to the Capitol and confronted by Dr. Gaulle at the Citadel. She reveals her amusement in erasing records of the 10th Hunger Games and redirects Coriolanus's future, enrolling him at the university under her tutelage. Coriolanus adapts to life at the university, excelling in honors courses and embracing his role as an apprentice game maker. His ties with the Plinths deepen as he becomes their heir, their generosity unaware of his dark past. During a visit to the academy, Coriolanus uncovers the sinister origins of the Hunger Games, realizing the extent of manipulation behind its creation. He leaves with a sense of vindictive satisfaction, plotting revenge against those who've wronged him, and here is the movie ends.